being healthy or being sick is considered by many people to just be a matter of luck. I was unlucky. I got a disease. I was unlucky. I had a physical problem. I was just unlucky. Or you were lucky that you just haven't had anything. So I think you haven't had anything. You haven't had any disease. Now it's time to look at the fact that being healthy or sick is for the main part in our hands. And if we start today to work with ourselves and for ourselves, okay, we're working with ourselves and for ourselves, with the objective of granting ourselves, with the objective of giving ourselves, with the objective of just bestowing upon ourselves perfect health. We can all achieve this. We can all achieve this. It's totally possible, but we have to work for it. You have never been working for perfect health, nor have you been working for taking responsibility, real responsibility, for your emotional and physical health. So when you think about why don't people have perfect health, no one was ever trying. And actually, not only were they not trying, but since people are not their biggest fans, we are not our best friends. We do not really, really, really love ourselves. We're not doing everything we can for our health. So if we were our best friends, in love with ourselves, doing everything we could for ourselves, and we had the objective, the new objective, to live in perfect health, miraculous things start to happen, okay? Perfect health is totally possible. Why you don't see it around you is because no one was trying before. We just weren't trying, okay? So we live in a society in which the wellness business is like a $50 billion gold mine and constantly growing, okay? Have you ever thought about why people always talk about wellness? Everybody talks about wellness, okay? And there are so many solutions out there for things to do about being well. Have you ever thought about that? Why is there so much talk about wellness? Everything is wellness nowadays. Everything you hear about is wellness. Have you ever stopped to think about why is everything wellness?
Well, probably because my body is healthy, and the health is the only thing that we don't have.
Okay. Yeah, you nailed it. Exactly. I see. Okay. So that's great. And when you're watching commercials and you see that every commercial is saying wellness, 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 and then you think, well, okay, that's because everybody's sick. Why don't we all stop and go, wait a minute, everybody's sick. Hey, you know, it's a very subtle thought process that doesn't happen. It's like, okay, wellness, 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 wellness. Okay, that's because everybody's sick, but everybody's sick. That can't be good. Okay, so just stay, just stay with me for a minute. Okay, so I said, have you ever stopped to consider the other face of the coin? If everybody's talking about wellness, this must mean that everyone is living sick, in pain, or not well. Because if this were not the case, wellness would just be a given. It would just be something that we just assume. You don't talk about wellness for little babies, wellness for babies, wellness. We just assume little babies are healthy. They're just healthy. If there's a problem, if we're talking about it, okay? So it should be just a given, and it was just should be something that everyone had. And so it was not necessary to even speak about it all the time, because I need you to see how we are subtly conditioned Okay? Just the fact that almost every commercial on television, TV show, an article in the paper, and every video on YouTube is focused on wellness means that people are not well. But no one notices this or makes the deduction because being sick, being unwell, having health problems has become normal. It's become normal. But it's not normal, and it will never be normal. And I want you to really understand that talking about wellness all the time is not normal. Being sick, 9 out of 10 individuals in the world being sick is not normal, okay? Being sick is not normal for the human body. I need you to really think about this phrase. Being sick is not normal for the human body. This is something that we've never thought about. What was normal for the body? We're thinking about us, but we're not thinking about the body. I need you to think about your body. Being sick, this state of being sick for your body is something that is totally abnormal. Did you ever think about that?
I never, instead I usually think the contrary.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that is such a dangerous thought. I'm sick and it's normal because that's just me. I'm unlucky. I have bad genes. I don't know. I just have, it's just normal for me. And if I live in that state, it becomes normal. Anything we live for a long time becomes normal. Just like one day having perfect health for you will be totally normal and you will not accept anything else, okay? I spoke to you in our last meeting about homeostasis, okay? I talked to you about homeostasis and how that state of perfect equilibrium is our objective. In biology, homeostasis is a dynamic state of equilibrium, which creates the condition of optimal functioning in the human body. Actually, not in the human body, but in every organism, in every animal, in every organism, in every being. It's what is optimal and what the body strives for and what the body is constantly trying to create. Do you understand that your fantastic, incredible human body is always trying to create homeostasis? It's always trying to create homeostasis. If you get an infection and you get that fever and your body's trying to fight off the invaders and it's trying to go back to perfect equilibrium, that dynamic, when I said that dynamic state of equilibrium, it's because if you go outside, your body's going to try to pump up and it's cold. Your body's going to try and pump up the level of heat inside. If you go outside and it's hot, your body's trying to reduce the level of heat in your body. Your body is always acting to try to go back to that homeostasis. It's always trying to go to that perfect equilibrium. Have you ever thought about that? It's something that we never think about, that our bodies, what our body wants.
No, never.
So you said no, never?
No, never.
Okay. So I need you to think about, first of all, your body being sick is not normal for your body. Your body's normality is homeostasis, and your body wants to be in that perfect equilibrium. That's what your body wants, okay? Homeostasis is normal and optimal in everyone, and it's an objective that we as human beings never consider, but it is the objective that your body is always trying to create. Okay? If you think about it, you can understand this. Let's say you have a toxin in your body, okay? Your body immediately starts to hold water, okay? Because it's trying to have enough water to dilute the toxin, Okay, whatever happens in your body is trying to get back to homeostasis, it's trying to get back to equilibrium. Our bodies want that. We have not been helping our bodies to create that equilibrium state. And when you don't even think that that is a possibility for you, you just think, I'm sick and it's normal for me. That's just where I'm going to stay. And then you get angry, and then you get demotivated, and you get frustrated, and you're not doing for you everything you should do. Your body's working, but it needs you to work with it to create that equilibrium. And starting from right now, I want you to see a new objective in your life. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, homeostasis, equilibrium. I now know that my body is trying its best to create a perfect equilibrium in my body, and I'm going to help it reach that goal. I asked you in our last encounter to decide to leave pain 100% and in a definitive manner. I asked you to make that decision. It doesn't matter how long the journey is, but you must have the objective. Just like I asked you to want to create a new loving relationship with yourself, because they go hand in hand. I want to leave pain 100%. And I have a new loving relationship with myself, so I'm going to do it. And then I know that for my physical health, my body wants to be healthy. New news, new news. Who knew? Who knew? My body wants to be healthy. And now you want to be healthy, because you have a new relationship. Because when you think, okay, I have problems, I maybe was born, maybe I had lots of flus, or I had lots of, throat problems or things, or maybe I was falling, or different problems. And you just kind of think, well, I'm just a sickly child. I'm the problem. And then you get angry with yourself, and then you're not your biggest fan, and you don't think highly of yourself. You think other people don't have my problems. I have these physical problems, and they're just part of me. I'm going to have to live with them. And I'm thinking that I'm not as healthy as other people. I'm thinking also that I'm not as worthy. I'm not as good. I'm angry with myself. I'm angry with my body. I'm angry with life. No. There are lots of things that we will be doing, which are things that you should have been doing all of your life, but you were a child, you didn't know. They're just things that we should do that will help our body go back to that equilibrium state. And to me, there is nothing that we cannot heal in our bodies if we are working with everything, putting everything together and working towards that homeostasis. I spoke to you weeks ago about your brain, your immune system. I spoke to you about your thoughts. I spoke to you about your emotions. I spoke to you about lots of things. And every time I asked you something, and I told you that these things were very, very important. Did you know they were important? And you said no. So if we now know that there are so many things that are important that can help us to maintain homeostasis in our bodies and in our bodies and have perfect health, and we implement them, that is a new frontier. Okay? Because we weren't doing all of this before, and we were looking for palliative solutions or medicines or vitamins or pills or whatever, and we weren't doing what we could do all together at the same time and helping our bodies create perfect health. But now that you know, and think about all the things that you didn't know before this course or that you weren't doing. And just think to yourself, if you put all this together and you live it day by day, perfect health is not a utopia. Perfect health is what we can all do. Don't you think? Yeah? Okay. So we now have another objective past 100% leaving pain and having that relationship with yourself. It's called maintaining homeostasis in your body. To do this, you must become aware of what your body needs and what it does not need. Just as we spoke about what the brain needs and what your immune system needs. I asked you all a few weeks ago if you could conceive a world in which everyone has perfect health and no one could conceive it. You know, that's really a very, very bad sign that I asked the whole group if you could conceive perfect health for everyone and no one could conceive it. Okay, well, doing what I'm asking you to do and knowing that your body wants perfect health and is striving, every perfect mechanism in the body is striving towards homeostasis. So what would happen? I asked you another question. What would happen if everyone finally understood how they could live disease-free without medicine, supplements, pills, etc., etc., etc.? What would happen if everybody understood what you're understanding now? Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Just think of all the pain and suffering we could eliminate. Just think of just so many things that could change.